Axion International happens to be a public company, so I wanted to just throw this slide up there in terms of disclosure because it's important and it's necessary and it's legally binding. Our president definitely is an inspiration for anybody in the field of sustainability. He's brought focus, he's brought attention, and this day and age, if you have a government body who is a potential purchaser of your products, you have a buyer that maybe somebody else doesn't have. Axion's story is effectively trying to, and we seem to get away with this quote, transforming garbage into gold. We take recycled consumer and industrial plastics, and we take them and we combine them. We do it in a fashion that is ratioed. These are patent and patent-pending processes and formulations, and what we've effectively accomplished is to create products that support the infrastructure part of the United States and as well globally. The important slide here that I think we like to reinforce is obviously the eco-friendly part and the disruptive part. We have had the good fortune of working with Rutgers University, as Tyler mentioned. This relationship started in 1997, 1998. So we've had the benefit of working with a center that has evolved using different names, but effectively the basis of our science is immiscible polymerization. To explain that hopefully as clearly as possible, it's taking two separate and distinct plastics and combining them. They will not form a third unique plastic, but they will in fact retain the properties of their each individual plastics, but by virtue of the way they are extruded, putting into this big heat machine and then forced out through a screw, they will effectively create molecular bonds that afford the final product the best features of each of the individual plastics. So for example, we'll take high-density polyethylene, which is number 2 whenever you turn it over, meaning it's the second most popular recycled plastic. And we will take another plastic, for example, polystyrene or fiberglass encapsulated in polypropylene. So in the case of the polyethylene, we take something that's very strong. In the case of the polystyrene or the fiberglass, we take something that's very stiff. Miscible polymerization allows us to create a third opportunity, but that third opportunity is still resident in the characteristics of each of the two. We cooperate and operate with Rutgers on a daily and weekly basis. If it weren't for that foundation and that history, I couldn't be standing here today talking to you because I wouldn't have a very interesting story. I'd have a story on a drawing board, but I wouldn't have a story to actually tell you what we've been able to accomplish. The areas of the marketplace that we address are those in the screen. The first product that we effectively sold were railroad cross ties. You'll travel on trains, you'll see concrete ties. Concrete ties represent about 4% of the annual marketplace in North America. Fully 95 to 96% of the marketplace are wood creosote ties. So what's the remainder? It's a fraction. And we are starting to support that fraction and growing fraction. We are a life cycle benefit, and we also afford the opportunity to discuss reforestation for those people who want to focus on that. The features of our product that make it particularly unique is that by the time we've extruded it, we have something that has a greater strength, specific strength than steel, which simply means pound for pound, we're stronger. We're never going to be stiffer, but we are stronger. And what we try to then accomplish is participate in design-build situations where we can take the best properties of our products, and because we extrude at this time into molds, we can formulate and fabricate those molds so that we can get whatever shape we want. If you want a triangle, we can get a triangle. If you want a rectangle, you want a rectangle. One of our patent pending items happens to be I-beams. You're going to see that clearly in one of the future slides. This is the size of the market that we think we're addressing. It seems to be growing on a regular basis, and this is just speaking basically nationally. It has no implications for what the international scope of our market opportunity is. Again, just going back here, discussing where we think the opportunity lies, as Walter was commenting, these marketplaces are enormous. If we can capture a fraction of the marketplace, we're going to be very happy, and it's going to be a very profitable opportunity. To go back for a second to the railroad ties, very illustrative, I hope. This is a marketplace in the last 3 years that North American railroads have purchased 20 million railroad cross ties each year. 95–96% of those are wood. Of those 20 million, fully 25 to 35% of them will be needy of replacement within the next 5 to 10 years. This is a very significant problem for the railroads, but they have another problem. They have to determine how to allocate their annual budgets. If you are the Union Pacific or the Burlington Northern and you have to replace 3 to 4 million cross ties a year, you do have a finite budget, and to purchase something that's a premium from Axion creates a challenge. So that's one of the marketing activities that we have to work on a regular basis.